Welcome to Be Aware to Be Prepared. My name is Debbie Boyce. I'm the host of Be Aware to Be Prepared, brought to you by the Medical Reserve Corps, Non-Medical Reserve Corps. Who's the MRC, NMRC? Well, let me tell you who we are. We possibly could have been the ones who might have given you an immunization. We could have been one of the ones who handed you a water bottle. We could have been one of the ones helping at any of the clinics over these last 2.5 years. We are underneath the umbrella of the Surgeon General, the Department of Health, as a result of 9/11. As a result of 9/11, everyone is credentialed, background checks, and to make sure that everyone entering a site is who they say they are, not by their mouth, not by a license, but by a strip that can be scanned. They're trying to protect the public that everybody works with. How can you get involved? Well, let me tell you, go to your Department of Health website. If you're watching this from another state, go to your Department of Health. It's over to On Call for Vermont in Vermont, but it's with the MRC, the Medical Reserve Corps. You will fill out your demographics, your name, date, telephone number, and somebody will call you. Then they'll do background checks on you, and after you give them permission, of course, and then you will become part of a database. Try it. You might like it. Now, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we always talk about a couple topics. Yep. Let's see, where are we? Here's my water. Okay, and here's some more water. So we're going to talk about water. We're going to talk about sunscreen. Why should you use sunscreen? What if you need to use sunscreen and bug spray? Which one goes on first? Remember last show we did? Which one, remember? Let's see, we'll try that later. We're going to talk about pool safety, water safety, not just for us, but just for our four-legged critters. We're going to talk about sunscreen in using the chemical, but we're also going to talk about taking care of yourself by wearing a hat. A hat. Why would you wear a hat? I'm saying, oh my God, I can't wear a hat because that'll mess up my hair. Well, wearing a hat does create shade. These are 3 of my hats that I wear through the summer. If some of you were watching this about a year ago, you got to see my face after the treatment of the topical cancer cream. I had 13 spots on my face that were potentially set and targeted to be cut out. But we did it through, it's a little painful, but it was worth it, because skin regrows. So I have to be very careful. I have to wear sunscreen 24/7. Can you get sunburn when the sun is not out? Yep, you can. So you gotta use sunscreen even when it's cloudy. That's when people get sunburn and they don't realize it. Okay, then we're going to talk about the effects of the warm weather. A lot of people love the warm weather. Your mood gets better because you get out. Why does your mood get better? Because of vitamin D. When you have your blood tested, do you have a vitamin D level done? Think about that the next time you go to your doctor. Talk to your doctor about it. All right, so I'm going to go over and I'm going to go to my right, which would be your left, and I have an umbrella here, and the umbrella is hooked to a chair. Now, it can be hooked to a chair or I can carry it. On the chair are 2 sun-resistant shades. I use them in my car, but I can put them in front of me. So it can be dual purpose. It's 50 SPF. That's quite a bit. That's very important. So, people, be careful. People who are of mature age, as I am, we didn't have sunscreen when we were growing up. You people growing up nowadays have that at your disposal. Please, please, please use it. Let's talk about what goes on first while we're talking about sunscreen. So you're going to go on a hike. It's in the sun. What should you put on first? You put a spray on. Okay, so I'm going to spray. And then I have my bug spray. You put the sunscreen on first. Let it set, let it go into your skin so that, let's see, do I have this on? Yep. So it's on, it's drying. It's getting better. Boy, that smells good. I'd say, wait, that feels a little dry now. They're saying to wait 15 minutes in between the first application, because when the 2 sprays come together, they do react in a way that the bug spray becomes less effective. So if you're going around places that you really want to worry about, oh, that little critter that's in our woods, what is that? Yeah. Okay, let's beat the ticks. The ticks. Let's stay on ticks for a little bit. So, we've sprayed ourselves. We got to wait. So after I'm done with the tick talk, I'll spray myself with the insect repellent. I do make the choice to use DEET. One of my family members did get bit by the bug, the little bug, and we didn't see it right off, even though we did a body check, and he caught Lyme. People with Lyme disease, it really alters their life. Be aware and be prepared to help people in your family or in your work site who has been affected by the Lyme disease. It's a long process. We talked last month about a chemical called paramethrin. Okay, this is something that you wash your clothes in. You get it at a sporting goods store, and it completes 5 complete outfits. And it's good for wearing them out there 5 times. That's pretty awesome. So I was saying, wait a minute, when I come in from being out in the woods or walking in a field, so all it needs is some little grass for those ticks to go up your leg and creepy crawly. So when I come in, I have my family go into our laundry room, stand in front of the dryer, take off your clothes and throw them into the dryer, place them into the dryer, and turn it on high. That will get rid of the ticks at that point. So what do you say? You got to have something there to wrap yourself up in. But meanwhile, you're doing a tick check. If you're by yourself, like I am sometimes, go in front of a mirror. But right away, go take a shower. let the water wash those ticks off and down the drain. But those little critters can hide in little areas behind the ear, in your belly button, okay, for females under the chest, in rolls of the sides and the skin, and in the groin. Pay attention to everybody, to each other. We now have cameras that we can take pictures in mirrors. Use that. Be creative. Think about what you can do. Now, also, they make home remedies. Home remedies. Wait a minute. No, it's not a remedy that you take in your mouth. You go on the website. It's a combination of oils, of different oils that you can spray on your body, and then that will not have DEET in it. It will repel the tick and the mosquito, but only upon first application. So really, if you're going to use that, use it sparingly. You have young children. They now make this band that I'm not going to open it up and put it on, but it goes on your wrist. And this is good for 200 hours. This is awesome, really incredible. If you not outside, we're not going to be outside for 200 hours. What do you do with it in the meantime? Take it out. If you throw away your bag, put it in a baggie. Very important. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. All right, so I'm going to come back here and I'm going to say, time still hasn't gone by, but I want to go outside. Well, I'm going to have to wait because the time is not up, but my skin is dry. That could be because I'm dehydrated. It could have sucked it in because my pores are wide open because I'm dehydrated. Why would I be dehydrated? If you said because you didn't drink enough water, you are correct. Ding, 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 ding. I weigh 180 pounds. I need to drink half of my body weight in ounces. Therefore, I need to drink 90 ounces of fluids a day. Oh my goodness, I'm going to float away, you would say. Well, no, you're going to be okay. Not just your skin is going to appreciate it, but your organs, because you are hydrating your organs. And your organs are going to be very, very happy. Until your kidneys get used to it, you will be going to the bathroom quite a bit, but then you'll find yourself wanting more and more liquids. What if you don't like water? My family takes little packets and dumps them into the bottle. That's an awesome thing. I'm going to make a little noise here, and I'm going to pull out my Camel Pack. Camel Pack because camels have their hump, and this is a hump, you know, when you put it on. I fill it with water. It's an awesome gift. If you're outside, and this will keep it cold, keeps your back cool. It's a nice investment. It's got a bladder inside. The bladder needs to be cleaned and taken care of on a daily basis. Or what's going to happen, people? Yeah, germs. And then you're not going to be happy. Okay, I'm going to show you where the water goes in here, right here. It's big enough that you can put some ice in there. Isn't that a cool thing? Those people who are watching this, who are hikers, say, oh, I've got one of those. I use that all the time. But those people who aren't hikers, you don't have to be a hiker to use one of them. It's, it's a great thing when you're outside, so you're not carrying bottles, you're not carrying a cooler. This goes to your back, on your back, and it's just an incredible design. I run out of water, what am I gonna do? How many people can remember over the last months or the last shows what we've been doing? I did not bring my little bottle. My little bottle is of little tablets that if I take a gallon jug and I put the tablet in it, it will purify it. Or, here's another best invention. I have used this. I keep this in my car. When I'm near a brook or if I'm walking, I can stick the hose in the brook and suck up through the filter here and have purified water from a brook. How many people have drank out of a brook or drank enough water that your body says, oh, I'm not happy, and you end up in the bathroom for a while? It does happen. Don't let that happen to you. Drink half your body weight in ounces. Drink it clean if you don't have enough with you. So we're getting to the time. Okay, so I'm going to use this. I like orange, so I'm going to use the orange cap. So I got it on. It's sparkly and it's drying. I'm wondering, in about a couple hours, let's say I'm getting close to bedtime, should I take a shower to get this stuff off my skin? Well, what's going to happen to your sheets if you don't? I know some people who have said, I'm going to keep it on because then the bugs will stay away from me while I'm sleeping. Well, yeah, that would work. Here's my next question to you. We just put the bug spray on. It's drying. The directions on the sunscreen says to reapply if you've been sweating. Yes, reapply. Reapply. Okay, moving on quickly because our time is moving on. I've walked in and I've had my vest on when I've been out walking and so forth. But here is something for our four-legged critter. They need to wear something around their neck. This is orange and it glows in the dark. So we're both protected. Now we see some water and we're near a brook, but we don't know if it's going to be safe for my four-legged critter. I'm going to show you for my Shih Tzu, I have a life jacket. Okay, just like we wear life jackets. We don't wear life jackets when we're walking in the brook, but our four-legged critters sometimes get so excited, they need to have something, a flotation device, just in case they get swept up in the brook. Or what happens if you're in the pool and they go running up onto the deck and they get so excited and they jump into the pool? You got to quickly go get them if they don't have their life jacket on. But if they have their life jacket on, they can doggy paddle and get over to the side. Good investment, okay? You can find them anywhere. Now, the one thing that I talked about in the very beginning about is you're going to see different parts, this chart come up. And the chart is going to talk about heat-related illnesses. And as the chart is up, I'm going to read it to you, okay? Not word for word, but these are very important things to know about. Just like in the cold weather, we have to pay attention to frostbite, to the people who we're standing next to. We need to pay attention to people in line with us if it's so hot, but yet they're not sweating. Why aren't they sweating? Sweating is very important to cool the body down. So you need to tell them they're heading towards a heat stroke. Very hard. That's a you have to call 911 right away. So a heat stroke, what to look for is the person is hot, red, dry, has a strong pulse and has a headache and is very dizzy. They might be nauseous. You know, in the summertime, there are times the heat makes people feel sick. That's part of it, because our bodies are only supposed to be, what's the temperature? You guys have been taking your temperature now for 2.5 years. Yeah, 98. Mine runs 97. So if I hit 99, I know that I'm running a temperature, starting to run at a low grade. There could be a time with heat stroke that a person could pass out. Might faint, you might think they fainted, but if they're warm, they're red, they're not sunburned, it could be confused with sunburn, be careful. And as I'm looking and I'm feeling it on my neck, this has been the best investment that I've had, and I don't even know where I found it. It's been advertised. This is a fan that goes around the neck. It charges with a USB, and the microphone is going to pick it up of the fan, and it keeps me cool. I actually wear this to work in the pharmacy because there are times when our air is not where it should be, and it's been really good for it. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off so you aren't going to hear the hum, but keep your eyes open for something like that. Personal fans. When in doubt, heat stroke person, okay, cool them off. Another heat problem is heat exhaustion. When it's hot outside, should you go out in the middle part of the day? Isn't that the best time to get a suntan? Isn't that the best sun? Well, think about whether you want to have problems with heat, problems with sun, and what time you should go out to mow the lawn, to ride around the tractor. You could say, I'm not doing anything exhaustion, I'm just riding the tractor. Meanwhile, the sun is beating down on you. But if you had a hat on, it would protect you. Okay, so heat exhaustion. Here's the difference between heat stroke and heat exhaustion. Heat exhaustion, you are sweating. It's just pouring off you. That's one of the main differences. The other thing is that your skin is pale, not red. You could be nauseous, just like heat exhaustion. The other thing that happens to a lot of people is muscle cramps. And that muscle cramps comes with the fact of being dehydrated and with heat exhaustion. You could also pass out And you could also have a headache. All that. You gotta move that person to a cool place, loosen their clothes, and put something cool on them. Sometimes a wet cloth works out well. The other thing coming down is heat cramps. There's heavy sweating, just like heat exhaustion. Muscle pain, just like heat exhaustion. The difference is you're not nauseous. You're not gonna pass out. Drink water. Drink drinks with electrolytes. This one has electrolytes. Very important. Don't drink 100% electrolytes. Mix them up. Sunburn. What should you do if you sunburn? Now, when I was growing up, and some of you out there can relate to this, in the old days, they used to pour vinegar on sunburn. It used to smell like a really hot pickle. Don't do that. Don't let anyone try to do that. It did work, but don't do that, okay? Don't peel the skin. There's 3 different types of sunburn. Just like if you put your hand on the stove, a burn is a burn, and it could get very dangerous. Do not break blisters. It's so tempting. Do not break it. What happens if you break the blister? Cover it so it soaks it up, so there's no infection. The other last one for heat is a rash. That happens to a lot of people. Happens to older folks, and it happens to younger folks a lot. You can use a powder to dry it up to make it feel better. In all of these examples, who should you call? And it's not the Ghostbusters. Who? You're going to call the health line, okay? Your doctor's office. The doctor's office would say, yeah, you should come in, or no, wait it out for 24 hours and then give us a call if it doesn't get any better, or they'll give you some advice. On any of this, whatever I've shown, there's a variety of different options out there, but most importantly is to remember to protect your body. In the wintertime, we have to wear a hat so we don't lose our heat. In the summer, we need to protect our head so it doesn't overheat. That's very, very important. Get yourself in a cool place. Go to the library, okay? Stores are starting to be opened a little bit more. Find a cool place to go shopping, walking around. Okay, go do your steps, your walking in a place that's air conditioned. Then you can feel good about it. Covered a huge amount, and I'm on my last minute. Stay safe, stay cool. Watch those little bugs. Don't let them go ahead and creepy crawly all over your body, because they can cause you harm, okay? Use sunscreen. Apply first, and then apply the insect repellent. That's important, okay? When you're out in the sun and sitting, use the umbrella or a hat. Stay under a tree. Have fun. Bye for now.